Now we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of what Indians are all about.
I still say we Indian people are believers in the truth. This is the way of life that was given to your people. You're born an Indian, you're going to die an Indian. Indianness is a good life. You're facing an Indian this afternoon.
Good Saturday afternoon out there, everyone, and welcome to your number one source for Native American television news. It's Native News Today, and I am your host, Jason Salzman. I want to welcome you into our Muskogee Media Studios here as we get ready for this week's episode. Lots of things we have covered, lots of things we have to get to you. We've got a full episode, so I hope you're with us for the next 30 minutes. As we talked about last week, there's no getting around or ignoring, for us anyway, the Dakota Access Pipeline controversy up in North Dakota with the Standing Rock Sioux. Last week we covered a signing and a declaration of support from the Muskogee Creek Nation towards the Standing Rock Sioux. This week we're seeing from the Creek Nation not just signing a paper of support, but also physically lending the support. We'll have an interview with you about a group of individuals here at the tribe gathering goods to take up there to North Dakota. So we'll have a little bit of that later on in the show. Also, the opening of Margaritaville Casino and Restaurant. It's the first of many openings and first of many things throughout the month of September as they get excited about transitioning Margaritaville now being housed at River Spirit Casino, the premier destination, the premier spot of gaming and entertainment for the Muskogee Creek Nation. We were there for the first grand opening of just Margaritaville Casino, Margaritaville Restaurant. Big old time had by everybody up there, and we'll bring you that here on today's show. Also, you know, one of the great things about Creek Nation, we have so many divisions of health within the health industry. So we have behavioral health. They take care of a lot of things from substance abuse all the way to suicide prevention. Suicide Prevention Week nationally is next week. With that in mind, we brought in Leslie Crow from that division here at Creek Nation, and she'll be with us in studio when we come back from our first break.
It's more than just an associate degree. It's a life-changing experience.
You'll see a lot of cultural features here on the campus. You'll see a symbol of the mound, which goes back to the history of Muskogee people as being in that Mississippian time period, that mound building society. That really welcomes our students whenever they first get here.
The college in itself is beyond the building, is the people.
They're passionate, very passionate about what they teach, and it shows whenever they're teaching.
The instructors and the administration, they really believe in their students here.
After a couple classes, I began to notice that it kind of felt as if I were returning back to something that has been lost for like a long time. As I learned more about the history of my people, to discover that there were very many great people that did a lot of good things for their people, for their nations, and that those people were American Indian and Native American, it kind of brings out a sense of pride that was not really there before.
There is a future for our people.
Looking for your next 18-hole adventure? Then take a look at Fountainhead Creek Golf Club. Nestled in the beautiful confines of Lake Eufaula State Park, large sloping greens and well-placed bunkers characterize the Muskogee Creek Nation's Floyd Farley designed course and offers a fine test of skill for any golfer. Stay up on all the latest gear and equipment with a visit to our pro shop. Have lunch at the turn at the Clubhouse Grill. We're waiting to accommodate you at Fountainhead Creek. Give us a call at 918-689-3209 or visit fountainheadgolf.com to book your next round. Fountainhead Creek Golf Club, close to home, far from ordinary.
We believe if you teach a man to fish, you can feed him for a lifetime. We believe that transitioning convicted citizens back into our communities enhances public safety. We believe that every citizen, even ex-prisoners, are important and are capable of change. We believe in reclaiming our citizens and investing them back into a culture that embraces healing and restoration.
We believe
in reintegration.
And welcome back to Native News Today. Jason Salzman here as we get started with this week's content. And as I said just before the break, this week, coming up week for the folks out there, you're not only celebrating a holiday on Monday with the Labor Day weekend, but also throughout the week, Suicide Prevention Awareness Week. And it's something going on nationally. Here at Muskogee Creek Nation, under the Behavioral Health Division of our health system, we actually have an entire week planned out of events. So there's going to be a stomp dance, there's going to be a Hope Summit, there's going to be a chalk contest, all kinds of things. And so we wanted to talk with Leslie Crow. She is actually over there and works with the Suicide Prevention Grant, also methamphetamine prevention, so all kinds of things, the grants that go into that department. So she stopped with us here in studio a little bit earlier this week to talk about all of those programs and the big week they have coming up. And we're thrilled to be joined in studio now with Miss Leslie Crow. She is from Muskogee Creek Nation Behavioral Health. Leslie, thanks so much for being with us here today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we wanted to talk with Leslie because coming up this next week is World Suicide Prevention Awareness Week, and you guys are really excited at your department because you have a lot of events coming up to celebrate the week.
This is the biggest, busiest time of year for us. This is our big event. The whole week is National Suicide Prevention Week, and then on Saturday is World Suicide Prevention Day. Okay. So we have a lot of things going on next week. Of course, there's a holiday. Monday is Labor Day, so that shortened it a little bit, so we're trying to cram it all in.
When we talk about suicide awareness, suicide prevention, there's so many layers of sadness that people go through, or mental health, things that go on with their mental health. And that's sort of what you all are dealing with on a daily basis. And you look at the numbers and we see that there's a high rate of suicide amongst Native Americans, particularly with youth. What is it when you look at those numbers that you all are trying to identify and sort of combat the problem?
Well, one of the reasons why we have several different funding sources and grants for suicide prevention and substance abuse prevention is because of the high rates of suicide among Native Americans. And it's especially high among males. And then the age group that we focus on, our target age group, is 10 to 24-year-olds because the rates are higher in that age group. So we are doing things to specifically reach out to that population, and on a regular basis we have counseling and therapy and things like that, direct services. But next week we'll be doing a lot of things for prevention to educate people and create more awareness so people will know what to do and how to spot the warning signs and get help before a crisis happens.
Yeah, and I wonder, too, you all, like you said, on a regular daily basis are providing those services, but you all put on a lot of special events too, big events, not only just this week, but you have speakers come in and everything like that. And most of the time, it's people that have dealt with similar issues. Do you feel like that really, drives the point home when somebody can hear that somebody's been through something similar?
Yes, we do sometimes have events that are just for survivors, which is, a survivor is someone who's lost a loved one to suicide. So we have people who have maybe experienced suicidal ideations or depression in the past, or we also have survivors. There are different avenues to take in approaching the issue. It is a difficult topic to address sometimes, so the more we talk about it, the more awareness we can create. So communication is really important.
You all have ways for the public out there that are watching us now to be able to contact you all to work on these, as you said, these daily, the job that you all are doing daily. There's ways to contact you to get these services. How many forms of communication are you guys dealing with? I mean, are you taking calls, or how does it work?
Well, one thing that's really important right now that I would like to mention is our 2 Okmulgee offices are consolidating right now, and we will be located on the 2nd floor of the hospital in Okmulgee after next week, I believe. So we definitely want people to know where we are in case they need us. And then we also have several other offices located throughout Creek Nation boundaries. We have an office in Okemah, Eufaula, Sapulpa, Coweta, and as I mentioned, Okmulgee, and we also have a satellite office in Wetumpka. So we are all around to be able to help people. And we do individual therapy, we do take crisis walk-ins. We are able to send people inpatient for a crisis stay for about 5 days if, to get stabilized, maybe get them on some medication, and then they can continue with outpatient services after that. So we do have a lot of resources for services. We have an after-hours number that our clients can call if they need to talk to a therapist to be placed inpatient after hours as well.
Yeah, and that's helpful, that after hours, because you never know whenever those feelings can strike and it gets to a point to where something needs to be done right then, or there needs to be a lifeline of some sort. So now this is going on all throughout next week, and as you said, the big day is the Saturday. I think you guys are having a stomp dance, is that right, for the World Suicide Prevention Day?
Yes. We are having several different events, and
yeah, this thing is cool. Just kind of
yes, we have our cards that we created, and they've also been created into flyers, so people might see those around our different facilities, and they've also been emailed to a lot of staff members, employees, and there's just a lot of different things going on. We did kick it off last week at the Drillers game, and that was a lot of fun. We had Suicide Prevention and Awareness Night at the ballpark, and that's the first time we've ever done that. We had a good response.
I was going to say that was a really neat idea, because it looks like, from what we're seeing, everybody's having a great time out there. It's a lighthearted event dealing with a serious subject, but sometimes you have to use those events like that to get people comfortable to talk about something that may be hard to talk about.
Exactly, and we are trying to reach out to the male population a little bit, and we are partnering with mantherapy.org, and it's kind of a lighthearted way of getting males to seek help when they need help and to recognize when they need help. So
we can be a bit stubborn sometimes when it comes to going to the doctors. That's okay.
As long as you're aware of it.
Yeah, I have to be like hit with the cattle prod to go to the doctor, so yeah, I understand.
So on Thursday of that week, we're having our Hope Summit. We have had a Hope Walk in the past, and this year we're having a Hope Summit.
Oh, great.
So the developer of mantherapy.org is going to be our keynote speaker. So it would be an excellent opportunity for people to come and learn more about that.
That's awesome. When will that be?
That's on Thursday, and it's from 8:30 to noon. It's just a half-day summit with some breakout sessions about different topics regarding suicide prevention and awareness. Of course, we're going to have T-shirts, resource booths. We really need people to get with us to register so we can have a good idea of how much food and things like that we're going to need.
Sort of like an RSVP.
Right. There is a SurveyMonkey registration on the flyers, and maybe we can give that out, but they can also call us. So our phone number is 918-758-1930. And then we're having a lot of other events as well. On Friday, for example, we're having 2 suicide prevention trainings. 1-hour trainings. It's called QPR, Question, Persuade, Refer. And that's an excellent way for people who can take 1 hour, maybe their lunch break, as we will be providing lunch, and they can come and do those trainings. And earlier in the week, we're going to be offering some self-care workshops where they can learn about stress management and how to take care of themselves, because that's a big thing that we want to encourage. A lot of times we get stressed out. We don't take care of ourselves, and when we do maybe work a lot or take care of our families, we forget to take care of ourselves, and that can contribute to depression and suicidal ideations. So everyone who comes to these trainings will get information and resources and some other items as well that they can take with them.
Great. Leslie, is there anything that I've left out that you wanted to go over before we let you get out of here?
Well, we just want to really make sure that everyone is aware that we do have a crisis text line now. It started off with the 1-800-273-TALK prevention line, and that is a nationwide line. And there's 2 call centers in Oklahoma. We partnered with them, and you can text the word CREEK to 741-741 and be contacted by a crisis worker that way, because we did find that a lot of youth and in the 10 to 24-year-old age group that we're targeting prefer to text. And that's not just youth though. A lot of us are getting used to texting and so anytime they're having a difficult situation, they can text that, and we've been promoting it. We've had our numbers go up a lot since the festival because we gave that number out a lot at the festival, and there were so many people there to get that information. So we want to encourage people to utilize that if they're having a rough time, and if they don't like to text, they can still call 1-800-273-TALK, and that's for anyone. And they can give that number to a friend or a family member who's having a hard time as well.
Great. All right, you heard it there, 1-800-273-TALK, and that's the national line. And if you want to text, it's 741-741.
Text the word CREEK.
Text the word CREEK, and they will set you up with the crisis manager, help you right there. It's a great, great resource. And Leslie, thank you so much for coming in, talking about all these great things you all are doing over there. We really appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Well, everybody, I got to tell you, even though we're in the middle of the day on Saturday, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and that happens to be right along the river in Tulsa now, the Muskogee Creek Nation, and our $65 million expansion and our development of that area, adding on to what was River Spirit Casino, what now becomes Margaritaville Hotel and Resort at River Spirit Casino, complete with restaurant, swim up bar, lazy river out there, all kinds of stuff going on. Just a great setup, as well as the hotel and conference center. They're going to have a theater, entertainment center there for big acts to come through. So it's going to be a great place. This past week was the first grand opening for some of the renovations that have come. So there will be 4 of these. This is the first one, and it was Margaritaville Casino, Margaritaville Restaurant. Big, big day for Creek Nation and the city of Tulsa both. We were glad to be there.
So, for this land that was once cast off by those who did not appreciate the nature and beauty of this river and all that it abundantly provides, the Muskogee Creek Nation is eternally grateful. And we, again, want to thank you for your support and your support in the future. So thanks for joining us here today. Maru.
To be able to stand in here today and see what the finished product looks like, and to see the response from the public as they come in and just are blown away by the beauty of it, it's very gratifying. This has generated a tremendous amount of excitement in the city. And just even after the ceremony, people walking up who were suppliers saying, you know, they were so proud to be a part of this. And what we've added to the surrounding businesses here, it's nothing short of amazing itself. And so, you know, we've added to the community, and that's great. I know that we had some citizens here today, but we're planning on a month-long opportunity for them to come in and enjoy it, to see what their money has gone for, and to see how people are responding to our investment, because it's exceeding the expectations. And so I think our citizens, we're going to invite them in, and hopefully they'll also rub shoulders with people that are coming in and spending their money here, because ultimately it's going to come back to the citizens, and so we want them to see it. So that I believe for the month of September, we'll have events going on throughout the month for our citizens.
Wow, that sums it up in one word. I find it hard to contain my excitement and enthusiasm. Not that I'm just because I'm a part of it, but for the community. It's unbelievable. The nation's made their biggest investment in anything with this property. It's historic to the nation to begin with. It's had the landmark gaming case, the Megamania case started here that transformed Indian bingo halls to the casinos they are today. And to have all of that grow into this, from the little Creek Nation Tulsa bingo to this experience, it's wow. Like I said, that sums it up for me. By comparison, the Atlantic City casinos, the Las Vegas casinos, they're investors, and there are a small number of those. They get all the profits from those properties. Here, we've got over 78,000 shareholders. And the money that we raise here, I let all of my staff know. I meet with them on their first day of work and give them a little history of the nation, our gaming background, and let them know they can be proud of the money that we generate because it goes to provide health, education, welfare services to our dividend holders, the investors, the 78,000 plus members of the tribe. So not only is it that aspect, but we also have job opportunities here. So now by the end, when we get it all ramped up and opened up, there'll be over 2,300 employees here. A good number of those and a good percentage of those are Creek citizens, other Native Americans, and so it gives significant opportunity for them to get into a new career, and it's a career that I chose many years ago and love every minute of it.
And lots of people there, lots of dignitaries out, so many people working together to make Margaritaville happen. And as well, as I said in the story there, Mr. Jimmy Buffett be coming in December to the entertainment venue there. So everybody's excited about that, excited to see what this can do for the Muskogee Creek Nation. And us at Muskogee Media, we will ask those questions for our citizens. What does this exactly do and bring to the Muskogee Creek Nation as a whole? So everybody excited about it. Also in the news, and as you have seen nationally, the Standing Rock Sioux standing up for their rights, their water rights, pipeline basically going under their water supply there. The Missouri River, tribes from all over the country have poured in, helping there at the Camp of the Sacred Stones that they have set up. The Muskogee Creek Nation not only signing a resolution of support, now gathering goods and supplies to send up there. And we talked with Roger Johnson over at Recreation about this initiative.
Today's event is to coincide in conjunction with Chief Floyd's signing of the resolution with standing in solidarity with Standing Rock Reservation. Now what we're trying to do here, as you can see behind me, is raise some donation and a donative effort to help provide some supplies for the front line, for people who are standing there, camping there, sitting there, or just coming and going. However, we just wanted to be a part of it in assisting our neighboring tribe to the north. I just felt like there's something more we could do as a whole. As a sister tribe and one of the fourth largest tribe in America, I definitely wanted to think, even if it was not tribal affiliated or just some of my friends and family of the tribe, what could we do to get it together, form a collaborative effort to assist our neighbors up north. It's very impactful. You see it up there, there's no words can give it justice, plain and simple. It's despair, it's hurtful, and they're not fighting for any political agenda, not fighting for casino forward expansion or anything like that. They're simply fighting for sustainability of life, and that's it. Puts a lot of things in different perspective, tribe-wide, nation-wise, personal-wide, everybody can kind of look inside themselves and like, what could they do to help, and there's a lot of people you see, whether it's social media or whether it's, just talking amongst us like we have along the gym. I wish there was something more we could do. Well, here's your chance, It's been very last minute, last couple of weeks, everybody wanted to get really involved and wanted to be just like, what else could we do? So we kind of hit some text messages around, with some friends along the tribe, and we were just like, what else could you do? Do you want to donate? What could we do to get donations up there? So So that sparked all the interest in everything else, and everybody was just like, yeah, definitely. So now here we are, PR wanted a piece of it. Everybody else was like, what else can we do? Other departments started jumping aboard, and so on and so forth. And I don't know how I got deemed the organizer and the planner for it, but it's just simply trying to organize items of donation to make sure they get there safe and sound. Some of the stuff that they need up there is water, non-perishable items, toiletry items, baby items, any kind of small intermediate items that they could use to cleanse themselves, help their situation, anything and everything that they could use that you could think of that you could use on a campsite, basically. It's awesome to have Chief Floyd sign the resolution and standing behind the Standing Rock Reservation in solidarity, which in return, they've done it administratively. Now it's our part. I think it's our part as young citizens and young tribal members to get an effort in putting forth that actual practical application and action in donation efforts. So it's been a really good feedback. You know, a lot of people have been, we want to get aboard. Are you still taking donations? Yes, ma'am, I am. Yes, sir, I am. You know, we're doing a little bit of everything. I mean, nothing's too small, nothing's too great, but I mean, everybody's coming together and putting forward some type of effort.
Well, that's going to do it for another episode of Native News Today. We want to thank all the people that made the show this week and helped us out coming in and being a part of our program. Definitely Leslie Crow, all of the good people over at Behavioral Health, working with the suicide prevention grant specifically, having a big week coming up this week. So if you're in and around the area, Alt-Mulgee, please watch this story again on our YouTube channel. Check out all those dates and times and get squared away and take part in all of the great things that they're doing for Suicide Prevention Week. If you look at the numbers, we've got to do a better job in Indian country of prevention and awareness, things like that. So they're doing a great job, and we want to help them any chance we can get. Also, thank you so much to all the people up at Margaritaville River Spirit Casino, from Pat Crofts to Jerry Floyd, all the way on down to the people that are just working there, the employees that are in and around the casino floor doing their jobs on a daily basis. I want to thank everybody, and also let the citizens know all throughout September, going to be some great things opened up for Creek citizens to go out and celebrate in that opening as they continue to unveil all of the development there at River Spirit Casino along the river. And definitely thank Roger Johnson and his people for keying us in on the support being sent up to Standing Rock. As I leave you, as I do every week, I want to remind everybody to go to MuskogeeMedia.com. Got a lot of new content up this weekend specifically. Also, go to our websites, not only our websites, but our social media sites, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and we're even on Snapchat now. Be looking for a lot of great giveaways in the coming months from Muskogee Media. For Jared Moore, Devaney Luxinger, all the people that helped us this week, we'll see you next time.